Meta, or formerly known as Facebook, declares 2023 as the year of efficiency. So the founder, Mark Zuckerberg, recently laid off 11,000 people. And if you look across the tech industry in general, there's been a lot of layoffs this year. And it's not a good look for the economy. Other industries are following suit. And whether we're in a recession or not, I think everyone can agree that the economy is not looking that great. However, Mark Zuckerberg said that 2023 is going to be the year of efficiency, where they're trying to flatten the curve and the structure of their company, but also making sure that there aren't that many managers anymore, that there's a lot more individual contributors, and that people are being forced to be a little bit more productive than they used to be. And if that's not going to be the case, then he's going to ask you to simply leave, or you will get fired, essentially. And he's trying to turn Facebook around, or Meta around, to be in a place where we have high performers, decisions are made more quickly, it's not as slow, and projects are going to be moving forward a lot faster, and they want to be more proactive about cutting projects as well. And so I'm curious to see, what's your take on this? Is 2023 going to be the year of efficiency for Meta and Facebook alone? Do you see this applying to other companies on an individual level? What do you take away from this?
I definitely think it's going to apply to a lot more. I was just seeing on social media how this note has gone out to managers at Meta, and they basically say, you need to become an individual contributor. So if your only thing you do is manage people, you better learn to code or something, otherwise you're going to be out the door. And, that's Meta specifically, but I definitely don't think it's just going to be these big tech layoffs that have happened, Meta, Google, pretty much everyone except Apple, at least so far. It's not going to be just that. I think the end point of this is that I think a lot of us are going to essentially be tasks with doing more with less. Whereas maybe there used to be 2 or 3 people doing something. Now the same amount of somethings is going to happen, but it's going to be one person doing it. I think year of efficiency is actually a pretty good way to put it, because I think a lot of the productivity stuff we talk about is going to become way more important now, because we're all going to have to do way more with way less. So I think this is going to be a good time to up our productivity skills for sure.
I think I have a couple interesting takes on this. One is, with the economy flattening or even going down, typically when a recession happens is when, the economy goes down, but also a lot of bad stuff is being filtered out. So companies who are extra fat are being lean. Companies that just add no value or aren't really doing that much are going to be taken off. And so it kind of filters the whole market in many ways. And I think that filtering has to happen every now and then. And I think that's a good thing, where the bad companies just, go out of business and the good companies stick around, and if not thrive even more so. So I think it's going to be a natural process for that. And I think the people side of that is just a byproduct of that too, right? So like, if people are working at a company and the company doesn't really add much value to the marketplace, then those companies just have to be shifted in a different place, whether it's a different company or a different role, or do something completely different altogether. So on the high level, I don't think it's a bad thing. Of course, when it applies to us personally, we don't want to be on the receiving end of that, right? And the other thing I would say to this also is, with the economy being down and people being laid off, and then us being expected to do more, it also makes it easier for people to stand out. And what I mean with that is, if you're the type of person who's be able to take on extra workload and get the stuff done because you are effective, because you are efficient, because you know how to use different skill sets and tools to be efficient, or agent efficient, as I like to say, you automatically stand out from everyone else, and you're automatically being more valued by the company as well. Like, the companies don't want to lay off the best people. They want to keep the best people, obviously. And how do you be the best? Well, obviously, you want to be productive. You want to be efficient. You want to be known as somebody who's organized and getting stuff done. So I think our industry in particular is going to benefit from this in the next 2-3 years. And from a high level, I think as long as we can teach and educate people about how to be more productive and stand out in a good way, everyone is going to be benefiting from that. So if you're the type of person right now where your company is laying off people and you're taking on a lot more responsibility and work, hey, this is a great time to learn about productivity, implement the stuff you hear about from us on the podcast, take on additional courses, learn about this stuff, because there's no perfect time for this ever. But if there's a time, I would say right now is like a great time to, one, get ahead of the curve, because I don't see the downturn changing quite yet. I think we're still on a downturn overall in the world and as the economy is moving forward. And I hope everybody that's listening, if you're in that situation as well, where things maybe aren't going as great, like now is a great time to pick up the work, do the work. You might have to do things you're normally not used to doing, right? Maybe you have to do stuff that used to be below you. And so don't be afraid to do that. I remember I was watching this video by Patrick Bet-David. He's a big YouTuber talking about business and politics. And he had this video called something like, if you're a realtor in 2023, here's what you must do. And even though I'm not a realtor at all, I watched the video just to get an insight of what he was suggesting. And he said, because the economy is slowing down, you have to be willing to do stuff you would normally never do. So if you're a realtor who's used to selling $1 million homes, right? Because it's a certain clientele, it's a certain commission that you get. Well, maybe now as the economy is slowing down, you have to start selling homes that are like $200,000, $300,000 just to make some extra income. And don't feel like that's below you to do that. And I thought that was really good advice. And so it made me think about, okay, as the economy is slowing down, there were certain things I would say, hey, this is something I typically wouldn't do because, quote unquote, I would feel like it is below me. But over the last, I would say, year or so, I've kind of shifted my perspective. And I said, you know what? As the economy is slowing down, I have to be willing to pick up things and do things that I would normally say no to because I felt like I was too good for it, or I'm like way too far ahead, or it's not worth my time anymore, yada, yada. And said, you know what? No, I am going to do a lot of that stuff because this is what we need to do now to keep things afloat and to move things forward and to grow. And as the economy is tightening up and there's less opportunities, we have to do these type of things. And so if that's something that resonates with you, I hope you consider doing that as well. Like, what are some things you can think about, like that you used to never do, but might have to do now moving forward to keep things moving?